designs. It's the first button on my link tree right now. I have 2 colorways. These are inspired by the Colorado mountains, which is where I live. And then I have another pink colorway that is just darling. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hop on in. How are you tonight? If you are here, I really want to know who you are. And if you're a friend of mine, let me know that you're here. Let's see what else. I'd love to know if you're a brand new homeschooler this year. We want to give you lots of hugs and support and give you any advice that you need, because we want to encourage you tonight. If you're a veteran homeschooler, please stay, because you can help all the other moms here. Babe, I think I forgot to grab the book. Do you think people are going to want to see the book? Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. We're asking all things homeschooling. Tell me who you are, your name, how many kids you have, why you stopped in here tonight. Are you considering homeschooling, meaning you're kind of on the fence and you're not sure? Are you curious about homeschooling? Tell me what your deal is. It's so good to see you guys tonight. I also want to know what you guys have had for dinner, because now that school has started, I am like, what are your weeknight favorites, people? Because my grocery, I'm just like not inspired right now with the groceries. So tell me what you've cooked for dinner tonight. I'm not kidding. I need ideas. I am so excited that you're here tonight. Please hop on in, start asking your questions. Hello. Hi, Chantel. It's good to see you tonight. Yeah, hop on in, start asking your homeschooling questions. Don't forget that I have these awesome back to school homeschooling signs in my bio. They're just totally free, you guys. Totally free, and they're not those cheesy. What is that new word that everyone is saying instead of cheesy? What is that new word? It starts with a CH, doesn't it? What is that word that they're saying? Anyway, I can't remember. But it's, instead of being like cheesy, it's just, they're kind of cool. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Who needs a hug tonight? Because I do. It's been a really long day. I have had so much fun the last few weeks with extra consultations with parents, setting parents up for their homeschool year. I've been reading tons and tons of IEPs, getting to know families. I've loved every second of it. Just how inspiring these moms are, who are daring to take their kids' hearts and minds back home, and the sacrifices that these families are making to do it. It really is never lost on me, and I'm always amazed. Oh, who had pizza chicken? Wait. Did I miss a comment? I was getting inspired and I missed pizza chicken. We need to talk about this, because is it a bake? Is it a sheet? Okay, talk to me about the sheet pan dinners, people. Because if I can do the protein and the veg on one pan, I'm all in with that. And I feel like it's healthy. Yeah, what is pizza chicken, people? Hi, come on and ask your homeschooling questions. I'm so glad that you're here. On YouTube, hi there. Oh, good. Hi, Lisa Pretty. Your daughter has twin boys, 16 months old, and she's wanting to homeschool. That's fantastic. Hey, babe, my phone just said low power. Is there a plug? I feel so bad. I was not, we're actually leaving for a trip tomorrow, you guys. My friend has a cabin in Utah, and she loves giving it to homeschool families, and it's kind of perfect for us because we like to go on trips during the off season. Who else goes on trips during the off season when things aren't as crowded? Because we wait till September, and then we always do, well, it's late August right now, but we always wait till September and then do a trip in September. Poor Scott. You guys, everyone give Scott double hearts, because he's working with so many devices right now. We have Instagram, we have YouTube, and we have TikTok. But you guys all know who my first love is, don't you? Yes, look at, and he's handsome too. Thanks, babe. See, look. Let's see if that worked. Oh, good.
Uh-oh.
There we are. Did we leave? Okay. I moved myself.
Still good?
I'm still here, right, people? Okay, sorry. My battery was low on my phone. Oh, good. On YouTube. I've been homeschooling for 2 years and my daughter is 8 years old. That's so fantastic. And then we have a single mom here. Oh, you're so sweet, Elvia. Thank you so much. Double tap if you're a single mom homeschooling. There are so many of you ladies out there and you are so inspiring. I also want to know if you happen to be a grandparent who is homeschooling your kids. Please let me know that too. Scott, if there's any questions rolling in, I'm ready if you are, but are you still trying to get set
I'm
up?
still doing some tech stuff.
Poor Scott's doing tech stuff. You guys don't forget to grab the signs. I was recently going through, and I can look at some of the, how do you get a better mindset? That is such a good question. You know what? Do you have Dweck's book, Mindset? Actually, one of my biggest videos on TikTok was about mindset, kind of like a growth mindset and praising effort. And man, it's a struggle every single day. Yes, question.
Okay, so Luke, 1-4-5, we had a rough couple days this week, and I
Yes.
was tempted to quit after 3 years of homeschooling.
Yes.
How do I get a better mindset?
Okay, seriously. Now, girl, we had our first day 2 weeks ago. I've been homeschooling 18 years. I cried. And you know what? I did a TikTok on my first day and you guys saw this montage or whatever. And I forgot to film because I love being real on TikTok. I forgot because when you're in the middle of crying, you're just pretty upset. You're not like thinking, let me grab my phone so that everybody can see me crying right now. Like that doesn't go through your mind. But no, I cried the first couple of days actually. It's really normal. It's partially because we do a big break in July and it's just kind of chaotic. I like it. My kids are kind of free range during that time. But getting back to any structure is really difficult. And even though, you know, I'm a homeschool expert, I always say layer in the subjects. Don't, you know, take it easy. Take a couple weeks to get everything under control. Don't add in all the subjects the very first day. I follow my own advice. But it's still a matter of just structure, going from non-structure to structure. And it also reminds me of whenever I start school every year, it reminds me of parenting issues that I really need to get a handle on too. And so I'm growing with you guys but still I wouldn't trade it for the world because I know the alternative. And I know what's best for my children. And so I keep on. And already here I am 2 weeks in, and it's better. My really good friend, who is also a working homeschool mom, she started earlier than me because they had a bunch of trips in August. So she started in July. And she was voxing me and saying, I am in tears. This is the hardest thing. I don't know why this year is harder than all the other years. And I reminded her then, because I wasn't where she was. I was like, don't you cry every year? Because I cry every year when the school year starts because I'm so overwhelmed and I think, how can I possibly do this? And then sure enough, things do fall into a clip and they fall into a routine and it does end up happening. It's just in that beginning of the year, every little thing needs to be explained and discussed and talked about. And your moms are trying to figure out new curriculum. It's just hard. It's hard. It's like the only way out of it is through it. That's how I feel about the first 2 weeks of homeschooling. Yeah, question?
Lorona, 7.
Hi, Lorona.
Help. How do we homeschool when we have multiple kids, more than 5, all different, multiple kids, 5 plus kids, so 5 and older kids, all different grades and ages. How do we do multiple kids?
Yeah, so the question is really common. How do you homeschool multiple kids? So homeschoolers, a lot of us, you know, the concept of grade levels was established with the conventional school system, with compulsory schooling, where they had to group kids according to age. Kids don't need to be educated according to their age. So with a lot of subjects, not every subject, but a lot of subjects like science and history, for example, or character building, because we incorporate that in our curriculum too. We do it together. We have a really robust morning time every morning where I'm doing a really beautiful literature read aloud. We're doing our science. We do Around the World with Beautiful Books. That's when we do our history as well. And so we group the kids and I buy curriculum that says, okay, you're going to read this. And then for kids that are K-3, do this. For kids that are 4th grade to 8th grade, do this, right? So I think the key to homeschooling multiple kids is to group your kids. And the second key is if you have a program that has your kids doing homeschool 7 hours a day, it's quit it. It's wrong. Don't do that. No one should be, there's no reason to educate a child. There's no reason it should take 7 hours a day. Yeah, next question.
Okay.
I'm so glad you guys are here. Hi, come on in, everybody.
Is Danielle Priest here?
Danielle, are you still here?
Hoops Craft Boutique.
Hoops Craft Boutique. Are you here still?
Okay, we'll start with Danielle.
Hang on, ladies.
I'm seriously considering homeschooling in Michigan.
Yes.
Where do I start? It's overwhelming.
You're considering homeschooling in Michigan. It's very overwhelming. That's why I even got on this platform, because I wanted to demystify it. Go grab my free guide. It's 21 pages. It's totally free. That is the best place to start. Grab that guide. It costs you nothing. Okay. And that's where you can kind of get your toe wet and see what this whole culture is all about and how you would go about doing it. It goes through the steps. Yes.
Hoops Craft Boutique. Hi, I'm from California. I want to homeschool my daughter. What program could I show her dad?
Oh, you can show a lot of so what I would suggest that you do, can they take the beginning? Can they take the homeschool style quiz?
They can take the homeschool style.
Okay.
Maybe they need the case homeschool.
Oh, I thought it, okay. I misunderstood the question.
Well, I'm not sure either.
Is it a curriculum question, or are you having trouble convincing your husband? Okay, so if it's a curriculum question, then really finding curriculum, what you need to do is you need to really understand your homeschooling style. And so that you can take our heart diagnostic for that, okay? And that will tell you, and there's like a free quiz that will tell you, it's free, just go to my bio. It will tell you what type of homeschooler that you are. And that's a great place to start with knowing what curriculum to buy. For those of you with family members who aren't supportive right now, a great thing to get is my guide that's very affordable. It's called A Case for Homeschooling. So go ahead and grab that. Hey, babe, could I have a tissue?
Sure.
Thanks. There's a light here. You guys know we have to have like lights, right? And it's hot. Like,
Mickey.
I did turn 45 last week. It could maybe not be the light, but we don't need to, you know what I mean? We don't need to go there.
Mickey Veda. How can I make sure I don't fail my kids?
How can you make sure that you aren't going to fail your kids? The mere fact that you're concerned about failing your kids, that's the first step, because you're really not. But really, no homeschool mom out there knows everything. No teacher knows everything. So what I want to encourage you with is, as a homeschool mom, what our superpower is outsourcing. And we are able to find the best products out there, the best curriculum, the best online classes, the best co-ops, whatever it is that you need, we are able to find it and the best resources for our kids. And so in terms of, and to encourage you in another way, the statistics show that homeschoolers outperform conventionally schooled kids by a lot, like 30%, when they take the same standardized tests that conventional schools are taking. And this includes even outscoring private school kids. So be encouraged that homeschooling is a great option, and you don't need to be an expert in all of the subjects to be able to homeschool your kids. You just need to be a motivated, loving parent, because you're going to find all the resources that you need. Okay.
Awesome.
Next question.
Okay. Mary says 45-year-olds in the house.
Who else is my age? I'm not going to say it again.
That was Mary Wilson.
Mary! Hi, Mary. Any other friends here? Yeah. Let me know if you're here.
Stephanie Torch.
Mary, I didn't know you were my age. I thought I was older than you.
Stephanie Torch 20. Do you have anything for the grade 3 special needs? This is my second year now.
Yeah, so honestly, a lot of my parents who have children with special needs, I recommend a consultation. Most of my consultations involve reading IEPs and coming up with a really customized plan, even like programs that need to work on maybe memory training or things like that. So that's what I would highly recommend.
Just a shout out here, Julie G.
Hi,
almost 44-year-old here, first year homeschooler.
Oh my goodness, Julie. I'm older than you still, though. Are you feeling hot tonight, Julie? Here, babe, do you need these?
Maria Janice. Maria Janice Gomez. Can I homeschool 3 kids? I have one in 1st grade, 3rd grade, and 4th grade.
Heck yeah! That sounds like a dream. 1st grade, 3rd, and 4th?
Yep.
Yeah, girl, get after it. Do as many subjects as you can together as a family. And they're still young where you can really do that. Of course, you need to do other things separate like math and reading, of course, but have fun with nature study and science and history and do all that together. Maybe do a morning time. Let me know, you guys, does everyone know what a morning time is, or if you want to know? Happy to talk about that tonight too. Morning times have been a wonderful part of our homeschool. They're really enriching for us. And by the way, is Mary still here? Mary, are you still here? Because I want to talk about speaking of morning times, do I have it? Mary made the most amazing, you guys double tap if you know Mary. She's here. She's still here?
I don't know.
Mary made this most amazing family exercise for starting your school year. And weeks ago, she announced it on her page.
She's here.
Okay, hi, Mary. She announced it on her page. And I was so excited about it because, I'm all about like anything that's like therapy, like group therapy or like family bonding. Like I'm all about it. And so literally that second I downloaded it and we did it the next day as a family. You guys, my kids loved it. It asked them such great questions like, what's the best part about being part of our family? What's one thing that you would change? She asked all these really great, deeper questions. It was really enlightening to me. It showed me areas that I really need to change for my homeschool. And it also showed areas that I thought I was kind of failing in. And I wasn't actually. Like their perception was better than what I thought it was. And that exercise is beautiful. It's such a wonderful thing to do. And if you want it, just go in my bio. It's that, oh yeah, I have it above my head, at least for my TikTok family here. It's part of the Kickstart Your Homeschool Year bundle. And Mary's questionnaire is in there. Please go grab it. You will not regret it. And when you do it with your family, just encourage Mary, message her, make a comment on one of her videos like, hey, thank you for that questionnaire, because it was really a life-giving exercise for my kids. And as they were doing the exercise, they were like, hey, Mom, can we take the stage? So we do a thing where we like take the stage. Can we take the stage and share our answers to everybody? And it took an hour for my 4 kids. And they literally read their answers to every single question. And it was really cool. So thank you, Mary, for that. Go grab that. I think it's the first button in my bio, you guys. And then part of that bundle is, of course, these cute little signs. But if you don't want the signs and you just want her bundle, it doesn't matter. You just download what you want out of that bundle. Okay? All right.
Homeschool Mama Chantel. Mary is a homeschool icon.
She is. Double tap if Mary is our homeschool icon. She is. I just love Mary Wilson beyond love. She teaches amazing out-school classes too. Like she's really good. We've taken one of her classes and it was awesome. She's such a great facilitator and leader, and she's so loving to all of the kids. It's such a safe environment. She teaches on OutSchool, so you should find her.
Okay.
Although I bet you're full, aren't you, Mary? I bet you have wait, or did you open up new ones? Let us know in the comments because I know you filled up, and I can't remember if I saw something that you opened up new sections because you had filled up too quickly. Anyway.
Okay. Danielle Priest. I'm seriously considering homeschooling in Michigan. Where do I start? It's overwhelming.
Yes. Okay. Just grab that free 21-page guide. It's right in my bio. It is not one of those lame freebies. It is really, really good, and it's completely free. That is the best place to start. Okay. Mary says she has a few middle school openings. Awesome. Great. You guys are so cute.
Oh, we got a troll.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. So
Oh, you guys, this is getting spicy tonight. I kind of like it when it gets spicy. Okay.
morning time. Got some questions
Yes.
about morning
What is
time.
morning time? Okay. This is it backwards? Is it backwards for you guys? This is morning time. Don't get all intimidated. I actually am lazy and don't take tabs out that I should. So morning time is really just what?
Okay, yeah, we got some troll though. But they said we're not open to debate here. Think the way I think. They're just
Okay.
using us.
Brandy, are you here?
I'm on it now.
Okay,
You
Scott
might
was
wanna
able to
address
do it. Yeah, I don't mind. Sorry, we'll take care of that, you guys. Let's talk about morning time. Okay, morning time is just a blessing to homeschooling families. For us, and in morning time, they call it morning time. Some people call it circle time. There's all different names for it, but it's basically a time in the day where you and your family get together and you're all together with all the ages of your kids and you're doing things that are a priority to you that you want to do to enrich your homeschool. So often, if you are a faith-based homeschooler, you will do maybe a devotional time or sing a song. If you are not, you don't have to. I mean, this is not something for only faith-based homeschoolers. For secular homeschoolers, they do all sorts of other things. Something we do in our morning time is we always talk to each other. Like if there's any issues that we're having with each other, this is the time when everyone's kind of calm that we can, for lack of a better word, like air our grievances or share how each other is feeling or whatever, and we kind of talk about things. If there's a big change in our family, logistically or something, like tomorrow we're leaving on an 8-hour road trip. So morning time, we kind of talked about what the day was going to look like packing and what the morning was going to look like. Okay, but I'm getting those logistics out of the way. Morning time is also when we do a literature read aloud with all of our kids together, which is absolutely so enriching. We do, right this year, we're doing Beautiful Feats Around the World, part 1. We do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's a subject that's all family together. It incorporates science, history, art, social studies, geography, all of the things. We do that as a family during the morning time. We also, well, yeah, we do poetry recitation and poetry reading. I do that during the morning time. And then I am a big believer in beautiful picture books, even with older kids. Older kids love picture books. All people should love picture books. And I end our morning time with just really lovely picture books that are teaching, I don't know, whatever interests my kids at the time or whatever I find at the library. So anyway, that's kind of what a morning time is. It's separate from like the compartmentalized school subjects. We then break off and we each do our math, our literature, our spelling. You know, those are kind of the grade leveled subjects. But if it doesn't have to be a grade leveled subject, we do it during morning time. The last thing I want to say about morning time, and I don't want to ignore questions. Are questions rolling in? Should I stop? Okay. The last thing that I want to say about morning time. Oh, now I lost my train of thought. I lost it.
It's gonna be really good.
What did I say? Was it going to be good? He always does that. When I tell him I lost my train of thought, he's like, man, that was going to be good.
Well,
I got it. I got it back. I got it back.
It always comes back.
Okay. Yet he always tells me, okay, you guys, thank you for the double. See, that's my age. It's my age. The best part, the reason why I started incorporating a morning time in my homeschool, I can't believe I almost forgot this, is because when I started my homeschooling journey, I was really obsessed about benchmarks and all the things that I've let go now, but at the time they were really stressing me out. And part of the reason why I wanted to homeschool is I wanted my kids to know the great artists, to know the beautiful pieces of music, to be able to identify a composer, all those wonderful things. And I would constantly push those things off. We would get our core subjects done in the day. And then at the end of the day, when I wanted to do those wonderful, enriching things, I was too tired, or I was just spent, or it was time to move on. We had to run here or run there or run to basketball or gymnastics or whatever. So I decided, hey, when I do those things, that's what makes me feel like a good homeschool mom. Like I feel like, no, we didn't get everything done academically today, but at least we studied Beethoven. Like that actually makes me feel good about a homeschool mom. So I make sure that I prioritize the things that make me feel like the homeschool mom that I want to be. I make sure that I prioritize those in the beginning of the day so that kind of like the rest of the day is just gravy. And I hope that makes sense. But now my kid, yeah, we are constantly reading poetry. We are constantly reciting poetry. We're having deep discussions. And those are the things where if we just did that for the day and then had to run off to doctor's appointments and dentists or whatever, I would still feel in my heart like, no, we didn't get to every single academic thing today, but we had such an enriching morning time, and that's really important. So that's kind of what a morning time is. Yeah. Okay, questions.
Awesome.
Did we take care of the poor troll?
We did.
Okay, I didn't actually see any of his or her comments, but normally I don't mind talking to them.
Just being hostile. They really didn't want a conversation.
Okay. All right. I didn't see the comments because I tried to look at the camera, but was it bad? It's okay.
Danielle.
Were they accusing me of being closed-minded?
Yeah.
Okay. How did I know?
Danielle Priest, I'm seriously starting considering homeschooling in Michigan. Did you answer this?
You've asked me that.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry,
yeah, you've asked me that. You guys, my podcast went live today on Shaun T's Trust and Believe. And it's not, we couldn't put in the link tree yet, but if you go to Spotify, Shaun, you know who Shaun T is? He's the Beachbody guy who did what was that big one called? Insanity workout. Yeah, and he's done a couple other ones. Anyway, he has a really great, like, positive podcast called Trust and Believe, and he had me on last week. It was such a good conversation. I loved talking to him, and I loved bringing my message to his audience, and that is on Spotify, and it just went live. And I don't know, it's a really great guy. I had a great time on that podcast. Please go listen to it.
Kate Care.
And then accuse me of being closed-minded after. Okay.
Kate Care 1609. What are the best ways to find local resources for homeschooling? Support groups?
Facebook. Double tap. You got it. It's Facebook. Honestly, even HSLDA doesn't update their stuff in time. I feel like Facebook, finding the groups there, everything's updated. If someone's starting a gymnastics class, like I've mentioned that before because that's what we've done. We also do like homeschool, tap, and ballet. They're all going to be there. Any new co-op that's popped up, they're going to go straight to Facebook. So get in all the Facebook groups that you can that apply to what type of homeschooler you are, what type of curriculum you're using, what area you live in. Get in all of those groups and you'll be well informed. Yeah.
Jay McLaughlin, do you have any tips on a high schooler transcript? I have a ninth grader.
Yes. Oh, good. Yeah. Well, the easiest, most common resource that I can send you to is HSLDA. They do a really great job. You know, high school transcripts are the concept is like super intimidating, and it's not that difficult to do. Absolutely doable. So don't worry about it. But what I will say about it is, sorry, I'm fixing my phone here. What I will say about it is the first time that you go through it, get some coaching. Yeah, because you just you want to avoid some pitfalls, and HSLDA does a great job. And there's so many companies out there, from people that will give you a template to people you can hire that will actually do it for you. There is not a shortage of resources helping homeschool parents know how to do the high school transcript. So don't worry about it. Yeah.
Great. H2O job. Wait, can you talk about your road trip plans? Are you going to incorporate school into the drive?
Yes. Okay, do you guys want to hear about my trip tomorrow? I'm pretty excited. So my friend Katie, I've actually had her on my TikTok. She was my bridesmaid. We were each other's bridesmaids 22 years ago. Me 22 years ago, her 21 years ago. And she has a place in Utah. We're going to Utah tomorrow, right? It's Utah. Yeah. And she reached out to me and she's like, "Hey, my place is vacant." And I was thinking, like, you're probably homeschooling, but do you want to go and can you bring your schoolwork? And she's a homeschooler herself. She homeschools high schoolers. And I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Like, yes, I'm so there. And so we're going tomorrow and we're going to stay like a while. So I'm really pumped and we're bringing, Scott and I work, but we work from home. So we're going to bring our work and we're going to work a little less. Like I'm not going to schedule a ton of appointments next week. So that I'm going to try to keep the afternoons free, but my kids, they already packed their backpacks of their school stuff. We'll do a little bit, it won't be heavy because I want to get out. I'm going to make sure to bring our sketchbooks and our watercolor pencils and that type of a thing so that we can get outside and just enjoy nature. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, we are road schooling for the next 9 days, and I have got to film my TikToks, so I'll be filming TikToks from there. Yeah, but her place is beautiful. I know. I should put a link to her place because it's gorgeous.
MSHH047. My little one seems sad. She isn't going to school. Have you experienced this before?
Yes, it is really common for kids to be sad when either they hear they're going to, and also fight you. And in my course, Start Homeschooling with Confidence, we have an entire module, a section on this transition of your family from pulling your child out of conventional school to homeschooling, because it is a big transition. Part of that process is a concept that you call deschooling. There's different names for it, but and also kind of like what happens emotionally and psychologically. What I want to encourage you though, for all of you that are pulling your kids out and they're reluctant, and this reminds me of my friend Katie, the gal who we're staying at her place starting tomorrow. She pulled out a high schooler and a junior higher. She was fed up. She was done. She didn't like the social influences. She was over it. Those boys fought her. They fought her, fought her. There were a couple times where she was ready to throw those boys back in school. She was so frustrated. And what ended up happening is they now thank her. They thank her. And her family is so much better for it. It took her a minute. It took her a hot minute to find community, new friends for the boys, but all in the homeschool community. They ended up getting involved in clubs. Specifically, they're doing speech and debate, and that was a great resource of positive friendships and relationships. So here's the thing about homeschooling that I like to always tell parents when they're scared of perhaps like, "Oh no, my kid's gonna miss prom. What am I gonna do?" I always tell parents, think about what homeschool kids get that conventional schools don't, because that list is way longer than the short list of prom. Think about that for a second. We're able to just take off and we're going to be able to see gorgeous fall colors in Utah this next week because we homeschool, because we have the freedom. So yeah, just think about that. And even it helps. Sometimes I advise parents to even make a running list of, as they come across things during the days of their first year homeschooling that they got to do, that they know their kid would not get to do, and then share those with your children so that they see, wow, this is kind of cool. What a blessing it is that I get to do this, that I get to, like one little thing that I find precious, and my kids are older now, but one thing that I will always cherish in my heart is that every single one of my children learned to read with snuggles from their mama on the couch. Most kids don't get that. I'm not saying other parents don't snuggle their kids, but I'm saying for me personally, I cherish walking through those really hard pronunciations and phonics and all of that in such a loving, safe environment with my children, rather than a classroom. That's one thing that I just think is really special. And it's going to be something different for you, and that's totally okay. I personally enjoy like driving by a school and seeing the kids all in recess while we're on our way to like the mountains to hike. I think that's cool. I think that's a great opportunity that a lot of kids don't have. So anyway, yeah, look at change the mindset and look at what you do have that's special.
Jennifer Harley, I love your lives. I get so many ideas and lots of encouragement.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Oh, and
You're so
Joanna
sweet.
too. I love your TikTok. You're such an encouragement.
Oh, thank you, Joanna. That's so sweet.
Homeschool Mama Chantel.
Love you
My
guys too.
oldest went to public school for 2.5 years. He says the only thing he misses is the lunch specials.
The lunch specials. Yeah. That's so great. That's really encouraging. Thank you for commenting on that. Does anyone have an encouraging comment for the group tonight? Please hop in. And tell us your encouraging comment. There's a lot of moms in here that are probably really scared, even first, second year, or maybe on the fence. So many moms are messaging me. Oh, I'm so scared. This is my first day. Yeah. We have a really great Kickstart Your Year Back to School bundle. So go grab that. And of course, don't forget, you know how much I love Beautiful Feet curriculum. And I was just salivating today. I called them. I said, I wanted more about their new nature study. I know, I'm still bitter. Anyway, yeah, they just came out with a nature study that looks so amazing. And we use them for history, we use them for around the world, and it is a literature-based approach to education, so they incorporate and use living books to teach your kids. They have a really great program. I will say most of their stuff is secular, but this particular one is faith-based, and I love it. It is called Teaching Your Child Character Through Literature, and it's really beautiful. That's a great thing to add to your morning time. And the teacher guides, that's where the most important thing is in the teacher guides, because they walk you through the discussions to have with your kids about virtues and character traits that you want to foster in them. So, yeah.
Amy Greinberg.
Hi, Amy.
Preschool starting homeschool. I
Yay!
feel like our homeschool days aren't enough.
Yes, I know how you feel. We all feel that way because we've been indoctrinated that homeschool needs to be 7 hours. And you're like, wait, I just finished the curriculum in 45 minutes. Oh no. Trust me, you're fine. You're fine. And if you have a lot of insecurities and if you're like, no, I really am scared, we can meet and you can tell me what you're doing and I'll reassure you. And if you do need to add something, I'll tell you. Okay. So that's always an option too. Everything is on my website. You can get everything in my bio. Okay. Yes.
And one on the way says, can you recommend good books to read with 8th graders?
Oh yeah. So I have it. Is that live in the link tree?
Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But do we have the book list on the link tree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have a book list totally free in my link tree, recommended binge reads for kids, and it goes by age level. Go grab that, you guys. I don't talk about that enough. I put that together a while ago. But it's just binge-worthy books. Like if your kid doesn't love reading, these are great ones to even start reading out loud. Just page turners, binge-worthy books, and that list is just in my bio. It's totally free. Go grab that. There's all sorts of things in my bio that's free, you guys.
Madeline teaches piano. She says, focus on connection. You are the best teacher your child will ever have.
Yes. Oh, can we be besties? You're so right. Focus on connection. Yeah. I love it.
Joanna Ducaluminous. I love living books.
Yeah, me too. I love living books too. And I think Beautiful Feet they really do. I mean, in my opinion, they do the best job. So, yeah. I actually went to them and asked them for a coupon code. I'm like, I've been using you guys for 10 years. Can I talk about you guys on TikTok? And so, yeah, it was, I love them. And the more I've gotten to know them, the more I love them. Yeah.
Stephanie
They're good people. You know what I mean?
Stephanie Tor 20. Is it okay?
Stephanie.
I printed out what a 3rd grader should know.
Yes.
And we go on happy numbers and con kids.
Yep.
I think she might have special needs. Yeah, I think they have.
Yep. Yeah, that is absolutely, listen, you're never going to get from me that homeschooling one way is the right way and homeschooling another way isn't. There's 6, arguably 7 different styles of homeschooling. I support them all. Why? because homeschooling is a family's choice, and it should reflect your values, and it should reflect your child's learning profile, their emotional needs, their social needs, their academic needs, their giftings, their interests, right? Like that's what I mean when I say like learning profile. And so if you are a family that really prioritizes and is concerned about the benchmarks, because she is on an IEP. Is she on an IEP?
I think there was an IEP.
Okay. And maybe you're concerned about like if you want to put your child back into school at some point and them being on track with the schools, then yeah, a traditional style of homeschooling is a fit for you, and that is totally okay. You can absolutely work backwards. You can print out your state standards and then go and find resources that you can literally like check mark the state standards. 1,000% absolutely. That would put you in the category of a more traditional style homeschooler. So you wouldn't be considered a Charlotte Mason homeschooler or an unschooler, which is totally okay. Yeah. Is there anyone else in here that homeschools more in a traditional style? And if you know your style, go ahead and put it in the comments here. Do we have Charlotte Mason homeschoolers, classicals, unit studies? Yeah. You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
This is our first year, so please, if you know anything as far as devices or speech delay or how to get grants.
Okay, yeah. So I would highly recommend that you go to hslda.com. Here's the thing when you need therapies for your child because they've been on an IEP or they have diagnoses, the laws vary by state. And so whether or not you can get those services provided to you with your taxpayer money through the state, it really does vary. So in the state that I am in, we have zero access to services. If one of my kids needs occupational therapy or speech therapy, I have to either go through my medical doctor or pay cash for it. So the best resource for that is HSLDA. And they even have consultants that you can call that specialize in kids who have special needs and the legal stuff around those. So that is a really great resource for you. Okay. In terms of what programs, that's actually my consultation today I was recommending certain types of programs to help certain kids in a family today. And that's what I do during my consultations. I read the IEPs and then I kind of get to know you and your kid. And then we kind of hammer out a plan of where to go first. And I give you an action plan for, sometimes it's a shorter action plan. If some of the special needs are pretty severe, it's like, okay, we need to try this first. If it doesn't work in 3 months, we need to regroup. Often you have children who are wired differently, who are a different kind of learner. That's what you have to do. It's kind of the name of the game is adapting. So anyway, I'm rambling.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying I'm eclectic.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
so
I love it.
Take the homeschool style quiz?
Yeah. Have any of you taken the homeschool style quiz? That's free. Okay, let's talk about all the free things. Do you guys want to know all the free things in my bio? One, we have the back to school signs. Do you guys want to know or no? I'll wait for hearts. We can ask the next question.
TG Hexen, I got 3 styles on my test: unschooler, traditional, and Charlotte Mason.
On our test? I don't think you can get 3 styles on our test.
I think you get 1.
Yeah, you get 1. And if you got 3, that was an error. And that means there's a glitch in the system. But yeah, with ours, you should have gotten 1. And it's free. A homeschool style quiz is totally free on our website.
My driftless home. My state has services, but then they push public school enrollment.
Yes, the state has services, but they what?
They push public school enrollment.
Yes, yeah. So are you in Utah? Because there are some states that will only give you services if you are partially enrolled. So it's very tricky, and we have 50 states. And so that's why HSLDA is a really great resource. But I know it's like they make it so hard. But can I be honest about something though, you guys? Let's keep it real with the therapies that are offered in the schools. This is no shade on professionals that really care. This has nothing to do with the therapists. This has to do with the system. It still boggles my mind that people do group speech therapy and things like that. Like when the issues each child has are so very different. And when you go to a speech therapist, they're like looking at your mouth and your tongue and figuring things out. Sometimes they even have to get gloves on, and right? And so it boggles my mind. And they have to do that because of resources and lack of resources and finances and stuff. So most parents that I talk to, they're not even interested in the public services, to be quite frank. I probably wouldn't either. I would scrimp and save to if I had to pay out of pocket, or I would try my best to go through my insurance because it's just not the most effective way to do it, the way our schools are doing it. How do I know this? Okay, let me tell you why. Because for 20 years, we ran a center and we would get parents in our office crying because their kid has been in the school therapies for 4 years and there's been zero progress. Sure enough, what do? They go to a private one-on-one therapist and boom, like in 6 months, the kid has like grown leaps and bounds. So there's just nothing that can replace a one-on-one situation, you know?
Panic Knifer. Is a Christian-based homeschool program a thing? Any place to start? And
Yeah.
somebody replied, yes, lots of them. Finding the right one has been a struggle.
Yes. There are lots of Christian-based homeschool programs. Yeah, absolutely. And there's a ton of secular ones too. There's really everything nowadays. It's pretty great. It's pretty exciting.
Leben 20. I had trouble after week 2, still doing book work with them.
Okay.
Use life lessons more. Any tips?
Okay. So what week?
2.
Okay. I would love to know more. You're on week 2. Things are still really hard. Are you hating the curriculum? I can wait for your answer. Are you sure it's a curriculum fit, or are you guys all miserable with it? That's what I want to know. Because sometimes when you're miserable, it could be that the curriculum just isn't a fit, and it could also be that it's just not meshing up with your kids' learning styles. So a change could be in order. I'm not saying that it is. It could be a change that you need to make just to your existing curriculum. So, and there's lots of things that you can do with your existing curriculum to make adaptations for it. In fact, that's crazy that I just said that, because in this Kickstart guide, Colleen Kessler, she's the 3rd contributor to that guide, she has 50 ways to adapt your curriculum to make it work for your kid. That's part of this guide, and she gives you ideas as to how to change your existing curriculum to really tailor to your children's needs. So that's free, totally free. There's tons of free stuff for back to school, you guys, in my bio.
I mean,
Okay.
And so, Stacia says, for sure, finding the right curriculum can change your homeschool.
Yeah.
Panic Knifer follows up with, we currently use Edgenuity through our local public school.
Okay.
But it ends after this year. So,
yeah.
Just finding the right curriculum.
Yeah, finding the right curriculum. And then for you guys, if you go into my bio, you'll see this tab that says the heart diagnostic. Take the heart diagnostic. That is a diagnostic test that evaluates your homeschooling style, and it's cheap. It's $20, 19 something, right? $20. It's cheap, you guys. It evaluates your homeschooling style. It evaluates your personality, mom and dad, your personality, your family lifestyle, and then it evaluates your children's learning styles. And then it calculates all that up with really complicated AI. And then it gives you a result of what curriculum is a right fit for you. And it gives you several options, because the sea of curriculum options is like huge. It's like thousands upon thousands of choices, and we are able to narrow it down for you. And that is in my bio as well. I've been talking tonight about everything free in my bio. This is not free. This is $20. So anyway, grab it. It's great. If you want to know what curriculum to buy, that tells you what curriculum to buy. And it's a lot cheaper than a consultation with me, where I have to ask you all sorts of questions and decipher everything. And it takes me 3 to 4 hours per client. This, for $20, asks all those questions and then spits out a result for you. So it's a really great value.
Stephanie Tor.
Hi, Stephanie.
From Connecticut. Are you an advocate for hire? LOL. You would have a field day with my
Yes, so I have been. Yes, I have. I have I have been the guns that they have called in before. I don't do it anymore though. Yeah. I have frustrated many an administrator. Go in, I'm like, have you read the IEP? No, no, we haven't actually, but they will never admit it.
Is online better or do we need a teacher? Currently, my wife is the education guy.
Yeah. So you don't need an online program whatsoever. You know, if you're, I'm not sure if you're worried about like making sure that your kids are in an accredited program or not. You don't need that. It really depends on what's working for your family. Is this working for your kids? If your kids are in front of that computer and crying every day, you got to make a change. If mom hates it, the primary educator hates it, then you got to do something different. Yeah. And that's why we created the heart diagnostic, because in the past, the way we had to start homeschooling was really by trial and error. And that's expensive. That's an expensive way to homeschool because you're buying all this curriculum and you're not sure if it's going to work. You have to try it out. You're wasting a month or two of your homeschool year before you realize this is the pits. And then you can't return it because your kids have wrote in the pages. It's just in the past, it's been such a nightmare. And so that was one of the things why I developed the heart diagnostic is I was like, this is just why it's not necessary. But yeah, later then I found out why no one's done it, because creating a diagnostic test with that level of complication was really hard to do, really hard. But it's done and it's there and it's $20.
Crazy Mama Joe.
Like just a couple more questions, right?
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, I think we're over, but we'll do a couple more questions.
Yeah, people are just saying, oh, they had a hard time. They hated the computer. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of it was school at home.
Yes, yeah. You don't want to replicate traditional school at home if you took them out of that environment because you didn't like the way the education was being done. And so you really need to know your homeschooling style, which is part one of that diagnostic. So that would really help you in guidance of where to even go from here. Because if you test out as a Charlotte Mason homeschooler, you're never going to be happy with, I mean, I don't want to name names. You're never going to be happy with an online curriculum that takes 7 hours to complete per day, right?
A few more questions. Miss Anna Maria, when I came in, you said something about partially enrolled. What's that?
Yeah, so some states will let you be partially enrolled part-time. This is advantageous to some families who maybe want their kid to be in PE and band, or they maybe they want special services like speech therapy and occupational therapy, but in order to get those therapies, they have to go to school half the day. So that is an option in a lot of districts. Now we have you have to contact your district to find out. And you can also contact HSLDA to find out, because we have 50 different states and then we have like 1.5 trillion districts, and all those districts have different rules. But my last 2 consultations, that was the options that we were talking about actually. And one family did go in that direction. They are sending their one child to school 3 half days a week, because that child really loved doing some subjects at school. And so that child is going to those, which is a great thing. And then that child is going to be homeschooled in the rest of the subjects. But that state and that district allowed that. So.
Panic Knifer. As a dad, I took my kids out of school when the mask started. Now we love homeschooling.
Yay!
Said, no, you can't leave. I'm learning a ton. LOL.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Great.
And then the last one.
And a dad? That was a dad. Yay! Double tap for the dads who homeschool. We love you guys. Any grandparents homeschooling?
H2O Jock says, I need a cake update before you wrap up.
Okay, I am going to wrap up. I'm tired. Okay, you guys want the cake update? All right. You guys are going to, I'm embarrassed to tell you the cake update. I should be, right? Because I put my family through the ringer, and I put you through the ringer. How much time did I spend on last week's live talking about my birthday cake? So we live in very high altitude, okay? And it's not easy to bake a cake in Denver. And my mom was really scared. And I don't know if you guys know this. Have I ever shared on a live? So my mom is a COVID survivor. She almost died in the hospital. She was in the ICU. I'm not making political statements right now. I'm just giving you facts that she almost died in the ICU. Why she died, that can be a private message. Why she almost died can be a private message in the hospital, in the ICU. But she is still on oxygen, and her energy just isn't the same. And she was making my birthday dinner, and I didn't want to burden her with also a cake, right? And so we were debating all sorts of different cakes, and everyone was stressing out, and I was making the situation worse because I was getting all over analytical about it. And so at the end of the day, what I did is I texted my favorite baker here, and I bought my own birthday cake, and I loved it. I loved it, and it was exactly what I wanted. It was chocolate. It was like she makes really good cake, and it was a chocolate cake. And so we just picked, and I just didn't want to burden my family with more to do because my mom was working so hard on my birthday dinner, which is so sweet. So I just took care of it myself, and I enjoyed it. And I ate the cake for 2 days after, and it was really. Did you like the cake? Okay. You're not a cake lover like I am.
I like cake, not lover.
Yeah. So how lame is that update? I know we were all debating what we should bake and what my mom should bake. So.
And the last one is Jennifer.
Oh, thank you, Jessica.
What are the first steps to homeschooling? I'm so nervous.
First steps to homeschooling is grab that free guide. It's 21 pages and it's completely free. If you're like super ready, take my course. It literally tells you, we walk through together everything to do, and just grab that. You guys, go to my bio right after I get off, not right this second. Listen to what I have to say first. Go to my bio. I have so many freebies for back to school right now. What have I talked about tonight in terms of a freebie? We have the homeschool style quiz. You can find out, like, am I a Charlotte Mason homeschooler? Am I an unschooler? Am I an eclectic homeschooler? That is free in there. We have the back to school year bundle, which includes the really cool signs that I had made for back to school pictures. If you take those pictures, tag me. I want to see those pictures. What else is free in there?
The quiz, the homeschool style quiz.
The homeschool style quiz, the back to school bundle with the signs in it. Oh, the book list, the binge-worthy book list. If you don't know what books to buy your kids or to get from the library, I have a list that literally says like amazing books by age. That's in my bio, totally free. What else is free in there?
The quiz, the signs, the guide.
Yeah. Oh, and the free guide, of course. The 21-page free guide. I knew there were 4 free things in there right now. So there's something for everybody. Please also go to, and this is in my bio too, check out Beautiful Feet Books website. What they're doing is so cool. That's what I personally use in my family. So you don't even have to ask me, Christy, what do you use for history? Beautiful Feet Books. So what do you use for science? Beautiful Feet Books. So, all right. You guys have a wonderful night. Don't forget, you can always text me. And I'm going to, you guys know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get off right now, and I'm going to have chocolate. Maybe an iced coffee. I forgot to get my iced coffee for the live. And then I am going to finish packing for our road trip tomorrow. So stay tuned on my TikTok because you'll be seeing TikToks from Utah. So I'm really glad to spend this last hour and change with you. This is one of the favorite parts of what I do. And I hope that I was able to answer questions in the best way that I could for you guys tonight. And I hope that I am an encouragement to you, and that you aren't leaving this live tonight feeling more overwhelmed, but feeling more empowered. So anyway,